Lou with Big Lou Barbecue and other things I want to do, and let me tell you what I've got going on for you. I cooked some ribs the other day, baby backs as a matter of fact, and I cooked them on the Weber kettle with the Slow N Sear. Man, they came out pretty well too. I wasn't even going to video it, but my wife said, look, you remember last time you cooked something and you thought, hey, you should have videoed it? She was right. So I went out and took some hodgepodge video. Some of it wasn't even on a tripod, all right? But this was the first low and slow cook I did with the Slow N Sear where I actually used the water trough. Worked out well. Dog wants to chase a car. Sorry about that. Anyway, worked out well. Now the first hour, the temperature was climbing up to about 300, but I cracked those vents down to just a little sliver. They went down to 250 and they stayed there the other 4 hours of the cook. The whole cook took about 5 hours. I said the whole cook took about 5 hours, and I didn't even wrap them. Came out moist, delicious, great smoke ring. Check this out, y'all. Big Lou Barbecue.
Like the king said, a little less conversation and a lot more action. Let's get the grill thrill on with one of those Rutland fire starter squares. I buy them at Tractor Supply. They're cheap and they work well. I'm putting a dozen briquettes around it. 4 on bottom of it, 4 on top of it, and 4 on the side. While I'm waiting on them to go, I start getting the water trough ready. I put in some water in my unofficial hot water holder from Slow N Sear. Actually, it's not. It's a Stanley bottle with a sticker on it, but it looks cool. All right, it holds a liter of hot water, and you know what? The Slow N Sear holds a quart, but it all fit in there. All right, once that was done and the coals were going well, I put in a Weber chimney starter full of coals right there. And then I added some oak wood chunks to it, put more around where the fire was started, and less toward the end. And then I put on the grill grate, all right? It didn't sit right. I had to kind of adjust some of the wood, but then it got going. Covered it up, let it get up to temperature, and I put those ribs, which are covered in pig stand basting sauce and a homemade sweet and spicy rib rub that I make. And I got those ribs on the grill. 4 hours later, they look like this. Now, I mentioned in the intro that it had gone up, climbed during the first hour, but I got it back down to 250, and it stayed at 250 for 3 hours. Ribs look like that, so I checked them with the thermometer. The inside thermometer was 250 as well, but the digital thermometer said the meat temperature was 160. I let them go for about another half hour, and then I sauced them, all right? I sauced them with Heinz Memphis sweet and spicy sauce as well. So we're getting a good sweet and spicy on these baby back ribs. Let them go for another half hour with the sauce on them, so a total of 5 hours later, they're ready to come off. Now, I could have seared them a little bit on the coals like that, but they didn't need it. They were nice just like that. The way I like them, I don't like them to be totally fall off the bone. Let's do a taste test.
Let's cut these ribs open. I sauced them after about 4 hours, and you know, I should have cut them meat side down. Look at that. Look at the smoke ring from the Weber kettle. All right, let's see. Turn them over this way so I can cut through the bones. Double cut these ribs. I like to just kind of center cut them. All right, got to do a bite test. One you just saw me cut. Here we go. Stays on the bone. But the bone is clean. I'm real impressed with the Slow N Sear. Big Lou Barbecue. Real quick, just want to point out that smoke ring on those end pieces got real deep and red right there.